and gents, could the archers start making their way through to the chapel, please? Just turn to your right and face me.
I'm not stepping over it, I'll be blue ones back and then.
Okay. Would the fellows like to follow in, okay?
Donald Ewan Cameron was born in Seafield, the hospital in Hockey, on the 23rd of October. I've got down here 1770, I think that's a spelling mistake. He attended Cluny Primary School and many achievements. He joined the Highlanders in 1988 and was deployed to the Falklands in 1989. He completed the junior NCO's cadre course at the end of 1989 and he served in Kenya in 1990. He was a member of the search team in Belfast in Northern Ireland and served in Berlin during 1991.
I met Donald Ewan Cameron for the first time in October 1970. My mother tells me that when I saw Donald for the first time, I patted him on the head and said, "Nice baby, bad mummy." Turns out she wasn't such a bad baby after all, bringing all three boys up pretty much on her own, whilst my father was at sea. Two brothers could not be more different. Donald, in his former days, was athletic, gifted, academic, driven, good-looking, courageous, artistic, philosophical, intelligent, and kind beyond belief. As little boys, people thought we were twins, as we always dressed the same, and we went everywhere together. We were inseparable. I was spotless as a child, and fussy. Donald would get dirty in an operating theatre. We called him Dum-Dum Butterbum. He'd get dressed up in his Sunday best, and within 5 minutes he'd be covered in butter or oil or creole or something. You could be mistaken for thinking that Donald followed in my footsteps. We both joined the Army Cadets. We were proud members of the Highlanders, and we both studied at Aberdeen University. However, I joined the Army Cadets after Donald and saw what a fantastic time he had there. I was so shy when I was young that when my mum sent us to Lipton's in the high street for messages, Donald had to pay the cashier because I was just too scared. I was older than him. He was much, much braver. On board the ship in our early days, we were almost together. Once we were high off the gangway, 80 feet above the sea, at 20 knots. And Mum and Dad had to entice us back off the gangway with sweets so that we didn't fall off. Needless to say, they were furious when we got back on board. We disappeared once, and the whole crew was sent out to search for us. My parents were worried sick yet again. We were both eventually found in each other's arms, cuddled up together on the pilot's chair in the wheelhouse. Donald always used to have my back. When I was young, I used to dabble with electrics and all sorts of nasty things at home. And I used to melt lead air gun pellets in my bedroom and in the attic. And there was one time I had this dry iron upside down, lead pellets in the iron, on top of the iron, melting this lead. And it was done successfully. However, when I put the iron back on the asbestos pad, the heat transferred from the metal rim of the pad through to the brand new carpet underneath, destroying the brand new carpet. So Donald and I took a Stanley knife and cut out the patch on the carpet and found a replacement piece of carpet and shrunk it down. And Mum wondered why all of a sudden we'd taken to hoovering our bedrooms and cleaning. One day when she went in, she hoovered up this piece of carpet and got sucked up into the hoover, and Donald never climbed on me. On another occasion, many occasions, we used to dress up for dinner at the captain's table in the officers' mess. Some of it would be so filthy, chipping paint off the side of the ship, painted it with red lead. We had to eat in the crew's mess. The crew's mess was below decks, and they all ate oil suits and the like, shorts and flip-flops. And we noticed that the officers' mess had silver cutlery and fancy china plates. You had to get dressed up to go in there. And the crew's mess had stainless steel cutlery, and it was all placed out in plastic trays. And it must have been Donald, because it was some sort of early recognition of injustice. And he thought that the crew should have silver cutlery. So we took all the trays of cutlery, took them overboard. Needless to say, my dad was a little upset. The crew had to eat with their fingers for the next 2 months. We always kitted out immaculately, and Mum had bought us brand new shoes. We did not like them either, so they went in. For some reason, lost in the midst of time, we got into the ship's hospital, and we didn't like the taste of the sweeties they had in there. So all the medicines in the ship's hospital were pointed over. These are the things you can't replace when you're 1,500 miles out in the middle of the Atlantic. Needless to say, yet again, Mum and Dad were very best pleased. Back on land, and older by then, we put our energy, almost all of our energy, into the cadets. In the battalion shooting team with Dinger Bell, Neil Sanderson, always working against them, always working as a team, but always trying to compete against them, trying to beat Dinger and Neil's high scores. When Donald became the regimental sergeant major, he thought life would be easy for me. It was, he gave me no concession for being his brother. He had a higher expectation of me than anyone else. interviewed by the police, the sergeant said to Donald, "So you were in the passenger seat, Donald, is that right?" Donald replied, "Oh no, Sergeant, I was driving as well." He's always loyal, he's always there for me, and he always had my back. I joined the Gordons first because I was older, and Donald, he was still at school, sixth form. It was Donald that inspired me to join. His dream became my dream. I went to university in Aberdeen when I left the Gordons, and it was Donald who gave me the confidence to do it. It was his goal, and it became mine. Donald was my brother, my inspiration. My hero. My best friend. He was always there for me, and perhaps I should have been there for him. Bye down, Donald. Bye down.
Dressed in full gear, body armour on. And he found a helium balloon and he was sucking on it and pretending he was Mickey Mouse while dancing around the room in a pair of pants and a balance. So that was Donald. He always liked to do that. Over the years, I never once heard Donald complain about the injuries he gained when he was in basic training. He suffered from his knees and his shins, and this caused him nothing but pain anytime we were out in exercises. Even when we were lugging about 100-pound weights in our back for miles and miles and miles, I never once heard Donald complain. He always had a smile on his face. Even when you looked across at him, we were hungry, we were cold, we were wet. You look over at Donald, he had his bandana around his head like Rambo, face full of camp cream, with a massive big smile. He was the only man I knew that looked all about in blood. Donald had more experience than most of us guys in the battalion before he was even out of primary school. The CJ was saying they were at sea for long periods of time, and I spoke to Donald's mum Joan a few weeks back, and she told me a wee story that will stick with me for all my days. I thought it was a great story, Joan. She told me that when they were wee, they got a pair of oilskins and they painted them bright red. And Donald's dad put them on, cotton wool buttons at the front, the big white cotton wool here, and the boys were took out onto the deck and they were pointed up, and there was their dad. Didn't know he was Santa Claus, climbing out the funnel and down the ladders to get on the presents. That's a memory that stuck with me for all my days. Another one Joan didn't quite tell me what I found out about how clever she was. The boys used to come home with holes in the knees of their trousers quite often. And Donald being an ingenious woman, a clever woman, obviously that's where Donald got his genius from, she decided she was going to send the boys to school with their kilts on. Now, I don't know about you lads, but if I went to school with my kilt, I never get left to death. It just shows you how much they love and respect them like that. The fact that they would go to school and do that. Donald was a loyal friend. He kept friends he made all through his life from childhood. When they were wee, Donald and Dinger, Raymond Bell, used to sit in the summer in Donald's house and watch their favourite movie over and over again, The Man Who Would Think. That's about people growing up together, having friendships together, living their life through together, enjoying the military together, and these were the kind of friendships that Donald nurtured all through his days and kept for all his life. There were two boyhood friends. We had many boyhood friends. They're all sitting here now. They were all at school with them. They were in the cadets with them. And they're here today to show their respect for them. There's a song that I always remember quite well. I love it in fact. And it's about a Sergeant Mackenzie. He served in the C4 Highlanders during the Second World War. And he died in the battlefield during bayonet fighting to protect his friend that he wouldn't leave. That's the type of man Donald was. He would never leave his friend. He was loyal to the core. There's two lines in the song. It says, once a year, remember me. Close your name and say a prayer for me. We'll not be forgotten, we'll all remember you, we're all here. We're always at the army for you. He was a man I was proud to know, a man we were proud to know. We love you, Colonel, and we'll miss you. We'll meet again in the big York. Like that.